So what we need to understand is that we are more than just our physical body. And this energy field that surrounds us is like an electric fence which is protecting our physical body. So there are many different things that can affect the energy field and thus compromise the physical body. Now, when someone comes in for a healing, in fact, you came to see me the other day, didn't you, Jace? Yes, yeah. And we don't always know what we're needing to work on, because sometimes it's our subconscious patterns which are forcing us into situations that we don't know how to work with. So what we want to do is find out from the body's higher self what the body is needing to work with to help that person move forward with their life. So life alignment is helping bringing your life into alignment in all areas of your life, not just looking at you from a physical point of view, but also emotional, mental, and spiritual. So if one is out, it's going to put everything out. And it also actually puts the physical body out of alignment as well. Okay, so we have various tools that we use. One of them is muscle testing to get a biofeedback response from the body. Now, in order to do that, what we do is just bring up the arm and calibrate the muscle first so that we can get a biofeedback response from the body. So we are asked simple questions first that you know the answer to, but Jace, you don't have to answer the question because your body's going to answer for me, okay? So what we're going to do is calibrate his muscle first to find out what is his strong and what is his weak response. So is this Jace? And I'm asking his body, and this is his response. If I give a pseudonym and ask, is your name Robert? The muscle weakens. You can see the difference there between your strong and your weak response. If we address the physical body as we do with life alignment, we might touch a certain part of the body and ask, is this part strong? And if we ask that whilst muscle testing, the muscle weakens because the liver, which is what I'm touching now, is always detoxing, so in fact it's always going to show weak. But there might be other parts of his body that need to be balanced that I'm not aware of. So just to show you very briefly how we work, we have a pendulum which gives us yes and no responses. This works from a neuromuscular response. I've been using my pendulum every day for the last 7 years, so don't be surprised at how fast it spins. I teach a pendulum workshop, and so I can teach you how to work with a pendulum to get your yes and no answers. Just to show you quickly, and if I show you, is this Jace? Okay, I get a yes, which is clockwise. Is this John? Anti-clockwise for my no. But I'm going to ask more complex questions about your body, like we did the other day. And first of all, we always ask permission to enter the person's energy field. So if I connect to the top of Jay's head and I ask, do I have permission to enter his energy field? I'm getting a yes. Did you see how my pendulum swung there? Okay. With body spin, we have a chart with various body points on it. This is entry point into what we call life alignment. And there are certain systems of the body that we work with, and also chakras. We've got major and minor chakras. And here we've got a list of some of the body points. So this is always mystifying for people when they come in, because they want to know, what do we do? Do we do a physical manipulation on the body? But in fact we don't, because we're gathering the information that's in your energy field on what we're needing to work with. So, for example, I might find a body point by just asking, is there anything in zone A? Is there anything in zone B? And I'm just going to check, is it between 1 and 3? Is it between 4 and 7? Is it 4? Is it 5? So I'm picking up, we've got some poisons in your body. Okay, so poisons can come from many things. We breathe in and ingest poisons. We eat also certain foods that might be toxic to us. Our environment with the chemicals that we breathe in, also toxic. Alcohol is toxic. You don't drink, do you, Jace?
Of course.
So we might then just go to that point. Okay, so we're going here. Poisons. Okay, touch that point, and then we'll tap it in. Okay, and then we'll ask, is the emotion point involved? And yes, the emotion point is involved. So I'm just going to go poisons, I'm going to touch the emotion point. and tap it in. And then I'm going to ask, are there any emotions? Okay, there are emotions, but what we've done is touch the emotion point, which will give it a charge. I could go to my emotion point, or emotion list, I've got an emotion list, and find out what the specific emotion is. And then you would perhaps be able to identify with that emotion. So let's just ask if there's more than one emotion. No, there's not. Is there anything between in this column? Is there anything in this column? Is there anything here? Anything between here and here? Okay. And okay, I've got one. Okay, so the word support is coming up. Does the word support mean anything for you right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just support from a study viewpoint, from a general life viewpoint,
okay.
Financial viewpoint.
From a financial, okay. Okay. And I know a little bit about this because we had a chat the other day when we were doing the healing, but we don't have to go into the whole story. This is the beauty of this whole thing. So we could now add extra information by asking you to think about the word support while we touch the body point and then tap it in. We're going to do the balance. And what we do is body spin. We have 2 cards which we're going to use to spin the areas to work with. These highly charged energy centers, which are called vortex centers, and we're going to work with these centers to release the negative energy in these highly charged centers and bring in more positive cosmic energy. And these are the tools that we use to do that. These cards here are called the vortex, part of the vortex system. They have inside magnetic plates which hold subatomic particle energy. So it's very difficult for us to understand how that works again because it's energy that we can't see and it's of a much higher frequency. But these cards have to be spun in a certain way, and they have a much higher frequency than perhaps what I have on my own, although with me working with the cards, I'm putting my energy or universal energy into this as well with the intent of releasing whatever it is we need to release. But they have to be worked in a special way, so let's just see where they need to go. I was just going to ask, do I need both these cards? Does this go to the right? Does it go center? 1, 2, 3. Does it go clockwise? Yes. And this one, does it go right? Does it go center? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it go clockwise? And we're just going to work with spinning these. Okay, let's go nice and fast because we did a balance on Jace the other day. Is this balanced? Are there any other vortex centers? No. And remember, this is just a very quick balance just to give you a demonstration of what happens in a life alignment session, to give you an idea. Normally a session is 1 hour, so a lot more happens and takes place than what we are doing here, but it gives you an idea of how we work with the body. Just check. This is what we call integration. So we're just integrating everything that we worked with. Okay, and finally, what we're going to do is lock in all that information. Excellent. And if we go back to muscle test, just think of the word support, it was weak. Okay, so go back to current time, think of support, and you can see it's strengthened. Okay, Jess, thank you for that.